The ongoing human rights abuses in Pakistan and Bangladesh have reached a critical level, demanding immediate and sustained global attention. These alarming developments were brought into sharp focus at a high-profile seminar held during the 60th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva. The event convened a diverse group of prominent voices, including activists, journalists, and political analysts, who collectively raised urgent concerns about the rapid erosion of civil liberties and the alarming rise of religious extremism sweeping through both nations. A report.
The human rights situation in Pakistan and Bangladesh is rapidly deteriorating, with widespread reports of severe violations, escalating religious extremism and political repression impacting millions. Religious minorities in particular suffer from systemic discrimination and violence, while blasphemy laws are frequently exploited to silence dissent and deepen sectarian divides. These deteriorating conditions were starkly highlighted at a high-profile seminar held during the 60th session of the United Nations Human Rights Council in Geneva. Organized by the Forum on Intercultural and Interreligious Dialogue in collaboration with Asian Eurasian Human Rights Forum, the event brought together prominent voices including activists, journalists, and political analysts to raise alarm over the erosion of civil liberties and the growing influence of religious extremism in both countries. Participants detailed how terrorist elements, often linked to networks based in Pakistan, continue to target civilians in India, aiming to fracture communal harmony along religious lines. They emphasized the urgent need to raise awareness and foster greater understanding of these cross-border threats.
It is important to sensitize to them that we Indians have been facing terrorism and violence, proxy terrorism from across the border for 45 years now. And the last big event in Pahalgam was the worst of its kind because they also tried to communalize the issue and by ascertaining the religion of their victims first. That was very, very atrocious, and we have to point this out. However, the good thing that happened was that what they had thought, the planners of that conference in Islamabad must have thought that this will create riots across the country, that Muslims and Hindus will fight and so on. But instead, it united us even more. There was even greater communal unity in the whole of India and particularly Kashmir after this event. You know, people from Kashmir, they came out spontaneously to chant slogans against terrorism, against Pakistan, and so on.
The situation in Bangladesh also drew serious concern during the seminar. Political observers condemned the rise of mobocracy and fundamentalism under a government allegedly probed by international backing. According to Bangladesh's largest minority organization, the Bangladesh Hindu-Buddhist Christian Unity Council, the country experienced 258 cases of violence against minority communities in the first half of 2025. Among these incidents, the Parishad reported 20 cases of rape and 59 attacks on places of worship. Additionally, the report documented 12 attacks targeting the Adivasi communities in Bangladesh. Critics say this troubling trend has been fueled by the current administration led by Professor Yunus.
There was the rule of law, if there is human rights violation, and a lot of people are being killed by mobocracy, and economic condition is so bad, people are going hungry, and they are saying that we are better off before this government. So this current government headed by Professor Yunus, he was installed with the support of Western countries. They thought that he is a Nobel laureate, he will make the country better off, but in fact he has been doing things which are considered that he is a violence of he is the promoter of violence. He is not an ambassador of peace, rather he is an ambassador of violence.
The forum concluded with a unanimous call for increased international attention and stronger measures to protect human rights defenders, minorities, and vulnerable communities in both Pakistan and Bangladesh. Participants urged governments and global organizations to take concrete steps to protect minorities, human rights defenders, and vulnerable communities. They emphasized that addressing these challenges is essential for peace, stability, and justice in the region.